Welcome everyone to Pro Football 2024 First Access. The game just got released yesterday and it's time to take a first look at what Pro Football 2024 offers. Keep in mind that this is a first access version, so everything you're going to see might change as soon as the game is officially released. So any bugs or anything else might not be there in the next versions. But let's quickly check in. I loaded the expansion team series. If you don't know what that is, check out my playlist. I created an expansion team in Germany and had quite some successful seasons, but also some challenges we faced so far. And I will also continue to play the expansion team series on the Pro Football 2024 version. So that's something you can look forward to, and feel free to subscribe to not miss an expansion team episode. But here we are in the game. You can see the new UI, and yeah, that's also something you can check out on Twitch. Wolverine Studios released a video about all the new features. I just want to also take a look myself and take a look how it looks like for the expansion team. Overall, the UI seems very different now. You have all the draft picks here. Need to get used to that the stats are a little bit hidden. Some are here, some are here. And other than that, you can still see the team transaction schedule in a clean way, and also the players as before, the top impact players of your team. And that's also one thing to directly highlight. The icons changed, and that's something I really like, because before that you were just not able to distinguish between whether the player just made the Super Bowl or if they were selected for the Pro Bowl. Also here for Bijan, you can see Offensive Rookie of the Year, Playoff MVP, Offensive MVP. So all the different icons for the player looks really good, and that's a cool way to highlight the achievements of the player. One other thing I also directly mentioned is that free agency changed a little bit, which is really good, because before that, if someone did not sign in the free agency rounds, you were just able to snag them for 500k. But now if you click on a player, it actually is way higher. I think it's related to the overall. So Daron Payne here, 16 million. Marcus Williams, due to another position, 11 million. But when I go down to, for example, here, this guard, 5 million because of lower overall. I think there's a connection there, but that's something which is highly requested and a really, really good feature. I have never been a fan of just signing those players here for 500k and get the best team possible. Now you really need to pay a reasonable contract. Free agency players might just prefer to not sign a contract in week 9 or 10 of free agency. And yeah, if teams actually pay those prices to get those free agents, will be interesting to follow, but something I really, really like. Looking at the settings, there is the biggest change of Pro Football 2024. You have now a different option to watch the plays. So not necessarily those circles anymore, but you can watch it in an animated way. We're going to check that out in a second. And also interesting to see that you can adjust the draft rounds. So if you want, you can just go with one draft round. 7 is the maximum, so no chance to actually get 8 draft rounds. But you can test it out and play a little bit with that. Maybe have a higher focus on undrafted free agents. Not sure if I'm going to use that, but it's nice to see that there are even more options to customize the game. The developers also mentioned that it's now possible to adjust the league magazine covers. So if that's something you want to adjust now, there's also the possibility to do that. So let's quickly go into a game. Won't play the Wolverines against the Browns. That's something I'm going to do in the next expansion team episode. But let's quickly check out the Dolphins against the Bills, how it looks like with the new engine. If I click on watch game, I really like this new view, looks really good, really modern. And yeah, now with the way of animated figures, I'm still need to figure out if I will play with that or rather with the bubbles. And yeah, here you can see how it looks like. The Miami Dolphins have the ball. And yeah, for me, it's a little bit lagging right now because the CPU is up to its maximum. But yeah, now it looks a little bit better. Here you can follow all those past plays. Looks good and maybe a little bit more alive if you watch those players actually play, catch passes, and make defensive plays. So it's a cool new way, and I'm really curious to see how this is going to get even better with the next updates and versions. I think that has huge potential and was also a highly requested feature from the community. So nice to see that they also updated that now for the Pro Football version after they already included it for Pro Basketball, if I'm not mistaken here. But yeah, just quickly checking in how it looks like. And I think, yeah, as I said, good improvement and will be interesting to see how that works out in the next few versions. Buffalo Bills now here win against the Miami Dolphins. But we also want to quickly check out how the new design looks like with circles. My first impression is that although the animated figures are a really cool feature, it might still be easier to follow which player actually catches the passes when you use the circles and the jersey so you can see the different numbers. And for that, we're checking in on the Minnesota Vikings against the San Francisco 49ers. So now with the circles, I think that's still a big improvement to last year. Now it gets zoomed in. You can see the play way better and way better detail. And now also with the numbers, you can still follow the players and yeah, actually get a better feel for the game, get a better feel how the players are moving. So if there's a chance to get the animated figures, but also see which player is actually making a play, I think that would be my preferred option. For now, I will try out both versions, but it's cool to also see here the improvement and the zoom when you play with the bubbles. So let's quickly follow the 49ers drive and see if they are able to make the first touchdown of this playoff game. They are at the 20-yard line. There has been a rush, but not for a big gain. Now Deebo Samuel with 5 yards and the chance for the 49ers to make a play. Good play by JJ McCarthy, and he has the mobility to get a new first down. First and goal now for the 49ers and JJ McCarthy. They make a rush with Ulysses Bentley to get the lead. And quickly checking in, they were also able to beat the Minnesota Vikings. But yeah, as said, we will play the Munich Wolverines game in the next expansion team episode. Another really cool feature is the new packages you can create for the team depth charts. And you now have the possibility to create unlimited packages and name them as you would like to have them. And yeah, just create all those kinds of new packages for offense and defense, make adjustments to your roster. And then in the strategy, you have the possibility to use all those different packages for different formations. So you can now create for each offense and defense formation different packages for run and pass packages, also here for short, medium and long situations. But for example, for the offense, you could now put your best running back in for run packages, but for pass packages, maybe put the running back in with the best pass block or catch ratings. Or you can also sub a guard in for run packages who's better as a run blocker and a guard with better pass blocking for pass packages, which leaves the question whether other teams know that, or the AI knows that as soon as they see this card, that this is likely to be a run package or pass package. That will be really interesting to play around with and analyze the impact of different formations, different packages for different situations. But definitely a big improvement compared to the 4 different packages we had before. So if you're someone who really likes to get deep into strategy, I guess you can spend hours in creating the perfect packages for all those different formations. I mean, some things changed, some things unfortunately stayed the same. If you have seen my video, I suggested to implement a new in-draft trading system that allows you to actually get value from trading down and make the draft even better. Unfortunately, that has not been implemented, which is a huge bummer in my opinion. That would have been a big upgrade for especially single players, not that relevant for multiplayer leagues, but something that would have been nice. And now if you want to trade, you still need to do that outside of the game. And you still do not get any offers, as far as I've seen, to actually trade down. And trading down is a strategy that many teams in the NFL use to get more value out of it and actually get more picks. And that would be cool to also implement that here. I'm now just to show you trading for the 4th overall pick by the Steelers. It was necessary to pay 3 first rounders. And if I want to trade it back, I would not get back all those 3 first rounders. But now Commanders are 7th, and imagine they want to jump the Saints and Lions. It could take maybe a 3rd round pick in reality, depending of course on how strong the draft class is. And I've not tested out in depth if the draft valuations actually changed here in the game. But 2nd rounder is not enough. 3rd round pick is close, and 4th round pick need a tad more. So I guess a 5th rounder next year would do it. And so I would get a 5th rounder to jump back from 4th to 7th. Seems a little bit low, and I get it because I'm proposing the trade, but it would be different if the team actually approaches me and asks to trade up. So that's still something I hope will get implemented one day. I've been asking for this for quite a while, but you cannot get everything. Other than that, I'm sure that I've missed some changes. As I said, I recommend checking out the Twitch videos that Wolverine Studios released last night with all the new features and an in-depth look at the game, and also an explanation about what the new features are all about. I'm really looking forward to dive deep into the game and check out all the new features that I have not yet seen. As you might have seen in the Twitch video, there's a news section where you can see all the news down here. So I'm looking forward to test all those things and look at them in more detail. I'm really curious to hear your opinion on the game. It is available to buy as of yesterday. You can get your own copy and play around with the first access version. But that's it for today. Just a quick check-in how the game looks like in first access. And if you want to see a game in action, we're going to jump into the playoffs for the expansion team series in next week's episode. That's it for today. Thank you everyone for watching. Bye bye.